Hi, I'm Christina Trauthwein, Editor-in-Chief of Hotel Business, and I am here with John Russell. He's the Interim CEO at RLH Corp. Welcome.
Thank you.
So there's been a lot of change at your company, but you're still certainly moving forward. How are you bringing value to the franchisees?
Well, the most important thing for a franchisee when he or she puts a flag on there, they really look for two things. They look for contribution. In other words, what is your brand going to bring them business-wise? So we're actually spending twice the amount of money this year in marketing than we did last year. And a lot of it's going to digital marketing and social media, because that's what drives all the channels that feed into our systems to book reservations. So we're going to spend a lot of time and effort generating that kind of business to the franchisee. So on the top side, you've got occupancy and rate. So we'll do that. And then on the other side we have programs that we've affected that will reduce expenses. So so the bottom line is, net, they make more money. We've implemented a lot of what I call programs that we listen to what they have to say. I think some of the mistake brands make is they push standards down on the franchisees without their input. So what we have done is our franchise advisory boards are now run by franchisees, not by the company. So we allow them to kind of tell us what the agenda is, and we're there to support that agenda and listen.
And how's that worked out?
Well, we just did this back at our conference in December to make a change like that. And then one of the brands that we had acquired back in 2017, America's Best Value and ABVI, unfortunately, we took away some things that they really liked, like a voice and a vote.
Yes.
So whenever we're going to make a change, you'd ask them and allow them to voice their vote. I think we've got a nice communications platform now where we can listen to them. And if we have some ideas, we bring it to them and say, what do you think?
I think it's so important to have that communication open, because it also allows them to feel very much invested in the whole process.
And, the one thing is a lot of companies, a franchisor and a franchisee, and it's kind of that kind of relationship.
Yeah.
What we're trying to do is it's a partnership. And if they're happy and they're successful and they make money, we do.
Right.
We went from an asset-heavy company where we owned and managed a lot of hotels, and then we're now asset-light. We've got only 4 hotels left, so we're almost a pure franchise company.
Okay.
So our goal and mission is one of 4 things. You recruit new franchises, you sell to the existing franchisees because they're your best customer. That's the R. Then the O is open and onboard franchises as quickly as possible. So the sooner you open, the more money they make, and then you start to make the money because we're on a fee base. And then the A is for adding programs that add value, either marketing programs, vendor programs, training programs, operational programs that either increase revenue for them on the top side or decrease their operating expenses so that they make more money. The R, the last R, and ROAR, is retention. So when their contracts come up or their windows come up for consideration or the end of the contract, we want to be in a position that they want to stay with us. So because retention is key. You want 85 to 90% retained all the time.
Sure. So you mentioned marketing a few times, and what are some of your core philosophies, and how do you relay them through marketing efforts?
One of the biggest reasons a franchisee buys a brand or selects a brand and a flag is brand awareness. We want that brand to tell a story.
Yes.
For instance, Signature Inns and Hotels. There are 500,000 hotel rooms that are exterior corridor hotels that everybody's trying to throw out because they don't know they say, they're too old. So we have a program that it's what I call inexpensive chic, and it's retro, and we can reface these. We can make them kind of cool and hip, kind of. But look at that huge market out there for that.
People love that.
Yeah, people still like to drive their cars and park it there.
They love
Families.
the retro vibe. You know what? It reminds you of when you used to take trips as a family when you were younger.
Yeah.
And a lot of people want to relive that experience, especially now that they have families.
You just think about this. When Holiday Inn and Days Inn and all those got started, where did they go? They went along the interstates,
Yes.
gone from Atlanta to to Orlando, and they would just put them right there. They had good locations. They had a restaurant. They had drive up, the exterior corridors, you know, and they were affordable.
What are some of the markets you're looking at?
Being in the gateway cities is critical for a lot of reasons. One, more guests see it, more guests stay there, and then when you want to sell franchises, you've got a flagship hotel in Boston, in New York, in Washington, in Philly, in Baltimore, Atlanta, Miami, you know. So that's one of our, you know, particularly for the full service type property. And then, as I mentioned before, in Signature, the hot spots would be, no pun intended, Florida, Georgia, Alabama, California, Texas, and then the RLs, you know, it's kind of cool and hip. And so and a lot of these secondary and tertiary cities are looking for cool and hip because they don't have it. So that's another kind of a strategy for us.
Well, we're in 2020. What can we expect to hear from RLH in 2020?
First of all, I think you're going to see some very happy franchisees because we've rolled back some of the things they didn't like and put in things that they did like. I think you're going to see some pretty aggressive growth next year. Because as I told you, we're focused on those 4 pillars. ROAR, roar. And so that's what.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay.